Hey y'all, I finally got around to doing my second video. These are some of my finds from a place I've been looking around in Vernon Parish, and just wanted to follow up and show you guys some of the stuff I got here. I believe what I found is a site where they were making a lot of points. The reason I think that is because most of what you're looking at here is just chips. A lot of them from the same stones, and I've got some hammer stones here, or hammer stones and broken pieces of hammer stones, and just about every point I found is broken some kind of way. So I'm thinking that these are probably mostly discards, stuff that made a mistake, or they didn't really like where it was going, or they couldn't get the bulb out of the chert they were working with. But some good stuff anyway. This first one here is, this is a point I found, and later went back in the same spot and found what I believe to be the tip here. If you can see it, I'm not positive that it's the tip. I'm pretty sure, but there's a big chunk, a big flake missing out of the side of this guy. And it looks like if this was the tip, it was broke off before that was taken out. So if it's not, it's real close. But I think San Jacinto. A couple of Epps points. I've I look through my trusty Overstreet book pretty frequently. It's pretty beat up, but I always try to when I find more than one thing, or a find like this all on one site, I like to kind of date it, and I believe this to be late Archaic, so 4,000 years old. Couple Epps points. This one, man, when I first saw, I've never found one like this before. The first thing I thought was Catahoula, but I'm pretty sure it's maybe called a bandy. Yeah, if you know any better, please feel free to correct me. Ellis Point chip out of the side of it there. This is the one I had made a comment on someone else's video. They had found a couple points that were missing the chip in the same spot. I was thinking maybe they had some kind of use for it in that fashion, but I don't know. Broken tip of a point. This would have been a pretty big dark point. So I guess it would have kind of been a 2 or 3 inch point. This biface here, or the base of one, I think they broke that tip off pretty early on, because they've still got some of the skin of the stone here on the back side of this stone, but pretty cool. I thought I'd found a nice, something paleo until I kind of got the dirt off of it, but that's usually how it goes. The ratio of chips to actual points here is any indication of how it really goes. I usually find a lot more evidence and not so much what I'm looking for with the points, but I'm really looking for it all. Obviously, I keep it all. It's all evidence to me. I believe this and the next one here behind it are Ellis points. This one's kind of got a corner missing off of it. This one's tips broken off, and I think this is a really, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is a good little piece of work. It's just the tip of a point, and it's actually 2 pieces I've glued back together. But I'm thinking maybe Purdue's. You can't tell for sure from the front, but just from the way with those serrations like that and the triangular tip, I really think Purdue's. And this is what looks to me like the base of a Dalton. I've never found a Dalton, and the ones I've seen found were all a good bit bigger than this. So I don't know. Feel free to correct me, like I said, but pretty cool. Just the base of an old Gary or something. Nothing special about that guy. Found a lot of these aren't all the hammerstones. I still left some of them out there, but a lot of what I think was hammerstones here. And I got one piece of pottery, and this is another reason why I think it was archaic, because this, I forget the name for it, but one of the innovations of the time period, other than they started getting, you know, some use of agriculture, was they had a composite almost pottery that they made, and some kind of fiber they were. I don't know if it was straw or what it really was, but it made the pots hold together a little bit better. And I think they could have actually, you know, boiled water, and no problem with that. Preform I found. Still got a pretty big ridge in it. I don't think it was ever used as a scraper. There's no pressure flaking on it. It's all percussion, so I think they got that far and gave up on getting rid of the ridge in there. It happens to me all the time, but these guys are a little bit better flint knappers than I am. So this scraper does have some on there. Yeah, like, I'm sure you can't see it, but I think this might have seen some use, or at least it could have. Other than that, just a lot of chips, just evidence. And this is all I found. All this stuff within this isn't one trip, I wish, but I found all this stuff within about a 10-foot diameter circle of one another. Big old core. Yeah, lots of chips, lots of good stuff. Anyways, I saw something I hadn't come across in a long time. I found one of my old atlatls, and you know, we all kind of revert and call these arrowheads, or, you know, I try my hardest to say points, but you know, the reality is I don't think a single point you're looking at here, judging by the age and the size of them, would have been used for any type of bow and arrow. In fact, I think this all predates it on our continent. But this is what this is an atlatl. This predates the bow and arrow on every continent, and this was I guess I've got some string on it there because that tip was getting loose, but this was the Remington 870 of prehistory. And anyways, how it works, it's a leverage system. It's hold it in your hand, and there's a dart. And it's just a 6-foot arrow shaft, really. But instead of a bow to throw it, you know, the arrow. I've got one here. The arrow hooks in the atlatl like this, and it's hard to do and hold a camera. Arrow hooks in the atlatl, and you just kind of, or they just kind of, you know, held it up with some fingers like this. A lot of times I hear of people finding banner stones or atlatl weights. I think they're supposed to add torque to your throw or something. But anyways, this is like a big lever. It's having 2 elbows, and these guys were real good with these darts. You know, this was a time period when they were hunting bison, bears, all here in Louisiana, and not too long after we were chasing mammoth and giant ice age critters. Anyways, I thought you guys might think that was pretty cool. This is, you know, when you find points like this is kind of what you got to have in your mind. What a system these were a part of. It wasn't an arrow for a bow, but a 6-foot arrow. Anyways, that's about all I got for you guys. Oh, just kind of wanted to reference some books I keep on the coffee table for the most part. But my Overstreet guide, I've never sold any of my points, and I've never bought any. I just really like having them, but this is a good guide for typing your points. You can break it down by region. We're East Central, and it gives me a lot of help identifying the point types. And then just some of the Waldorf's books. I do like to dabble in a little flint knapping myself. Of course, I'm not near as good as I'd like to be, but this has helped me a lot. The Art of Flint Knapping and Story and Stone. Good references if you ever in the market. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I'm going up to the lake tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have more videos for you soon. Y'all have a good one.